82nd Airborne considered for Iran deployment as Marines move into position, report says. The 82nd Airborne Division's Quick Reaction Brigade is being eyed for a possible deployment tied to operations in Iran, the New York Times reported, as thousands of Marines also make their way to a region where questions swirl over the potential for a ground operation. No final order has been issued to dispatch the 82nd Airborne's immediate response force comprised of 3,000 soldiers, but prudent planning was underway, senior defense officials told the Times in a late Monday report. The Fort Bragg-based brigade can be deployed anywhere in the world in under 24 hours.
All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Hakwadash. Also, want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, just reporting signs of the times, man. So, I guess the Marines is on their way to fulfill prophecy, Lord willing. All right, this thing doesn't die down. Yeah, if you know anything about Babylon the Great, just wait for the Marines to go in. They always send the Marines first. They're like the brute, blunt force of the military, man. They're the ones that always pop it off, and then followed by these units in the army in the 82nd. I remember hearing a lot about the 82nd. I wasn't in it, but these different units do have companies and things. They got a quick reaction force. We had quick reaction forces, QRFs. I guess they have theirs called immediate response force. So basically they got a group of soldiers that can be anywhere, as it says right here, within 18 hours. So man, here we go, Lord willing, man. This is it, man. And this thing doesn't die down. If the Marines are going, that means it's getting ready to go down. That's real deal. They're their first line of defense on some real boots on the ground war shit, tanks and that's what the Marines do, man. They pop it off, and the ones that's about that life, they love it. They want to go pop it off, man. But this is signs of the times, man. Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah does not slow this thing down. This is Matthew 24th chapter. And we'll start at verse we'll start at 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So the Lord's disciples are inquiring, when are these things going to happen? When are you coming back? And the Lord answered his disciples in verse 4, and Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. So the first thing that he's telling his disciple is to take heed. All right, be circumspect, pay attention. Don't let anybody trick you. Okay. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Listen to the king and what he's saying. Okay. Ye shall hear of war. So first, don't be deceived. First, you're gonna hear wars and rumors of wars. We've World War I, World War II. These things haven't happened during the time that the Lord's disciples turned apostles were on the scene. We've seen those things, man. So we've heard and seen actual world wars, and not to mention all the miniature conflicts that all these nations participate in year after year. We are in those times, and now, Lord willing, via the prophecy from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, we do believe that this conflict, or the rumors thereof, will in fact lead into the next world war, the third world war, which will usher in the second coming of Malak Yahweh Shah. Thus saith Yahweh Shah, man, in Matthew 24th chapter. So again, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And that's pretty much the point. Going into this quick epistle, man, just reporting signs of the times. It don't look like things are slowing down. Yeah, you hear, but that's why the Lord taught us and told us these things, the rumors. Basically, you're going to hear chatter, whether it's chatter that, it's going to die down, or whether it's chatter that it's going to die, crank back up. It's war talk. It's conflict. You don't hear peace talk. One thing that you don't see is all these nations coming together and saying, let's all be peaceful. You hear bickering back and forth, left and right. So this is signs of the times. It's getting ready to go down. We need to be praying now more than ever, putting up curses on this place, praying that the Lord put his spirit upon all men to fulfill his will, praying for the great tribulation, praying for World War III, praying for the implementation of the mark of the beast, man. We need to be praying myself first and foremost now more than ever. And the Lord will go ahead and get us up out of here. Cause this is burnt out, man. First Thessalonians 5 and verse 3, and it reads, for when they shall say peace and safety, and come on, man, just being circumspect, having the spirit of the Lord upon us, I will say that it's 24/7 with this spirit over here in Babylon the Great, especially with our people. If you're not coming in the fear of the Lord, then guess what? You don't have to literally say it. You're just in that spirit of thinking that it's all good. We're not lying to you. We're telling you the truth. It's not all good. It's finna go down, and it's finna be a lot of unaliving that take place on the earth, man. A lot of uncomfortability is about to be placed upon the earth. So again, for when they shall say peace and safety, which is now, okay, because guess what, look in Babylon the Great, they're still effing around, people still committing adultery, still going to the movies, trying to take trips. I just saw another article, Disneyland is the man, that shit finna, Disneyland through. Disney World, Disneyland, that shit through. They just having problem. It's been unalivings at Disneyland that they're trying to sweep under the rug and stuff like that. It's over, man. The mirth, the Lord is taking all that mirth out of this place, man. But the people want to hold on to it, because if they don't, then guess what? They're gonna have to deal with reality. And if the Lord is not dealing with them, they're not able to deal with reality. That, you know what, this world that as we know it, it's over with. All the fun and playing is over with. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child. So just like when a woman goes into labor, it comes all of a sudden, that water break, and then all of a sudden she's being rushed to Esau's hospital to deliver that baby. You know what I mean? That's exactly how this great tribulation, this sudden destruction, is going to come to anybody that isn't watching, man. It's going to come as travail upon a woman, and they shall not escape. So all you Israelites, man, the Lord got something for you. He's going to give you over to pestilence that you can't get rid of. He's going to make it cleave unto you. He's going to give you over to a famine. He's going to give you over to the sword. He'll give you over to confusion. He'll give you over to the spirit of fear, where you're too afraid to even move your feet. You can't even move your feet. This has happened. My father, I've been to Iraq. My father has been to Iraq. He was there during the invasion. I'm only, I'm 30. I'll be 30. Good gracious, how old am I? I'll be 37 this year. And my dad was in the invasion, my uncle, but he was telling me a story about, and it just shows you why this is for men, war is for men. Hey, what's for the guys is for the guys, and what's for the women is for the women. My daddy told me, my father told me, my earthly father told me the story, plenty of stories from out there. But basically, long story short, he had a female. My daddy wasn't in a combat unit. He ended up being attached to some Marines and got to see some crazy stuff. But so there was women with my father. So this Edomite young soldier that he had with them. Long story short, my father ended up in a fucking minefield. All right, and they were getting mortared at the same time. So if you don't know what mortar is, basically projectiles that fall out the sky. They're shot from a distance, and they blow up. Just shit that blow up. All right, projectiles blowing up. All right. So there's projectiles blowing up, landing around my father and things like that. And, my father got all his guys up out of there. But this one white girl that my daddy had with, he said she froze the F up. She couldn't, all the training. Now, this is what I'm talking about. We train for these things, man, to be men. We train for the real deal, like, taking contact, returning fire. But you see, all that happened wasn't a light thing, but they're getting mortared. And she could not move her feet via fear. She froze up. When it came time for that test, she froze up, man. In the name of Yahweh Shem Hawashai, we don't want to be like that, man. We don't want to be like that. That she froze up, and my dad say he had to pick her up and throw her ass on the back of the truck. Everybody's moving out, getting the hell out the minefield, tracing each other's step, right, making sure they don't step in that on a freaking landmine, okay? And so they're, you know what I mean? Everybody's moving except her. She done froze up because there's shit blowing up around her. All the guys responded accordingly except that female. She was in a position that she ought not be in, man. That's why it's important to a be where the Lord wants you to be, so he won't have to give you over to nothing like that. You put on those garments pertaining to a man, guess what? You're gonna have to show and prove. And there's so many so-called black women in the military, and so many so-called Latina women in the military that got these positions usurping authority over men. Okay, and guess what, man? Y'all love it. Y'all are prideful because you got some imaginary rank. It don't mean nothing, because you're never gonna actually lead men into battle. You're never gonna kick in the door. All right, you're never gonna jump out of plane, high altitude, low opening. All right, pop that shoot, boots on the ground, run some miles to that target. You're never gonna do any of that. But what the fuck you are gonna do is pretend, and what the fuck you are gonna do is reap the benefits like you are that. But guess what? We're coming into a time now where the Lord is getting ready to give you over to that. See you later, Eve. Go fight the fucking World War for us. You know what? We'll stay in the rear this time. You know what? We got it. We'll take care of the home. Y'all want to be men so bad, you got to get out there and conduct them good operations night in, night out, night in, night out. When your period come, don't worry. Keep on pushing. You a soldier, right? You a Marine, you a sailor, you're airman, right? Go ahead and continue and drive on and finish that mission, and we'll be in the rear, taking care of things back here. You know what I mean? For everybody that's out of order, that think that this is a game, man. This is not a game, and it's getting ready to go down. And these are rumors of wars. Hearing the Marines are going to Iran, man. Hearing that that's another major unit, man. You know what I mean? That's not a game, and it'll just escalate from there. Now, if, and Lord willing, they let them do it. So guess what Iran is going to have to do? They're going to have to protect themselves. And guess what? Iran has allies. They're going to join into it. Russia will get involved. The bear, all right, they'll get involved, and it's going to go down. And guess what? Before you know it, we'll be in a world war. Make no mistake about it. That mark of the beast, like my brothers teach all the time, it has to come. But don't think we're talking about a world war here where all the powers are fighting. My nigga, that doesn't mean that they ain't finna pop it off right now. All right, that them fighting ain't a world war. It'll turn into that. So yeah, the mark of the beast has to come before World War III, but it'll be plenty of war could come before that. If they attack this place, it doesn't necessarily make it World War III now, does it? It could come into that. So what I'm saying, great motherfucking war could come before the mark of the beast. But listen to the Akim now. The mark of the beast will come before, the big World War III and Armageddon, the big showdown, the big final, man. All right, but don't think, because Yahushua taught us that it will be wars and rumors of wars, man. All right, but the end is not yet come. We got to be persecuted, all these things, man. But we're going to be prepared through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Hawashah, because we train for it. We rehearse the righteous act. We put on as the hopeful elect. And that's why the Lord taught us to give diligence. Whatever your lot is, everybody isn't a teacher, a prophet. You got helpers of the prophet. Be diligent in that. You got wives of the prophet. Be diligent in that, man. All right. Or just believers, man, be diligent and watching and listening and making sure that you're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. If you are a man, you should be observing the Passover. If you're not, if you don't think yourself to be a prophet, and maybe you just believe and you are a man, hey, guess what? Your ass is supposed to be observing. All the males of our nation are supposed to be observing our Passover year by year, man. This is a memorial forever throughout all our generation, and it's coming up. Lord willing, this be the last Passover before we're really in Jacob's trouble, really at, smack in the middle of the great tribulation, man. So it's important that we fear the Lord, and through that fear we put on as the hopeful elect. That means whatever you want to do, you would give it your all. I remember the greats. Just look at the greats and how much they practice. I remember watching Spike Lee's documentary about Kobe. It was called Kobe Doing Work. And there was one part, man, where I seen Kobe laying down in his bed, man, and I don't know, he had like some contraption on his leg, or I know you brothers probably seen it, but just the dedication for him to be still fucking training while he's in his bed, man. That's the type of dedication that we have to have. And you see what it produced for Kobe. You see what it produced for a guy like Mayweather, undefeated, right? Because he trained and trained and trained. Yeah, these guys are all arrogant, very arrogant, and it's easy to get puffed up. We ain't never had nothing in our captivity. So the Lord give you some fame, fortune, some talent, you're gonna be puffed up and change your name to money. Okay, but you got to commend them for the effort, the work effort. But the hell with that, because all that's gonna come to naught. This is what matters, because if we give our all in this, it'll last for eternity. The what they have been able to attain, it's only temporary. Hey, Michael Jackson, my boy, we all can moonwalk, man. We Jake, man, we all finna be jamming in the kingdom, man. So whatever Mike Jack was able to accomplish via his dancing, via his music, he gonna be the least in the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Hawashai, man. If he not of the Lord's hopeful elect, Mike could be, Mike could be back on the earth, reincarnation, doing the work, maybe. I don't know, man. But I doubt it. I bet, Mike done sold his soul, man. You know what I mean? He was born in that him, It is what it is. And that's a whole nother Michael Jackson, man, that whole fiasco, that conspiracy that is him, and everything about him, his hair, his skin, just the children, man. Wow, what a spectacle. Yahweh Shema Hawashai made Michael, right? But you see he's gone now, and so is Kobe. Okay, so yeah, man. Better we best to worry about ourselves, man. Let's see here. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 22 and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil, and we all strive to be prudent, man, wise, man, circumspect. We see these things, man, and hide of himself. And what the scriptures say, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. We gonna run into it, and we gonna be safe. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shah is the name of his only begotten Son. And it goes on to say, but the simple, which you're simple as, you a simp. Why? That was how we used to talk back in that. Why you a straight up simp, simpleton ass nigga, right? But the simple pass on and are punished. Eve, all right, the majority of our women, even the ones that ain't around here like cranking stuff up, if they ain't coming in the fear of the Lord, hey, they in the same spirit of a simp, man. You simple out here, you know what I mean? Ooh, look at verse 4. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches, man. Yes, we're rich now through faith, man, and obedience and fear. But guess what? The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, is going to manifest that into actual things that people can see, things that we can actually see. They'll see how we look. They'll see the things that were given unto us, substance, power, all these things. And it'll start on this side when the Lord lift up that standard, when the enemy come in like a madman sparing none, via fulfilling the will of Yahweh Hashem Hawashai. You see the ice ages. Now Trump is talking about putting more freaking troops here, there. So the National Guard will be spread out through Babylon the Great, probably. All right. A bunch of their troops will be spread out through different areas of the world. Hell, they're deployed. Oh, man, everything doesn't get put out to the public, man. Esau, that's not very wise. We had this thing called OPSEC. OPSEC is an abbreviation for operational security when we're in Iraq, basically meaning that, and I'm talking about, they got commercials about this in Iraq all the time, like damn near 24/7. You just hear these commercials talking about OPSEC, operational security. Basically, it's a a standard operating procedure where we don't just say shit. We can't just be on the phone saying anything. We can't be filming anything like that. If somebody is unalive, they'll cut all communications back to the U.S. and to the families notified, shit like that. Basically, if we're going out on a mission, how the fuck does some little punk ass dude in Nebraska know what we're doing? Is what I'm saying. That's not very wise. So don't think you know what's going on. They're gonna put out in public whatever, but behind the scenes, man, they're moving. They got to be moving. They're not, because that's not wise. Why would we broadcast when we're moving in real war? You're just gonna broadcast, hey, we're gonna bring all our troops this day. Hey, meet us here. No. They're a little bit more covert than that, and that's something that I've seen. I can't speak too much for the conventional side of the army. I was in the special operations side, so I don't know how. Maybe they will just go up in there, man. But point being is that what we hear is rumors of wars. We hear the beat of the war drum. We don't hear the sweet sound of peace and and a loving spirit on the earth. Everybody's mad, tired, angry. They're probably putting stuff in the food, probably spraying stuff in the air. And ultimately it's the Lord doing these things, man. It was a female. We wasn't really studying what she was saying, but maybe she did have a point. We just didn't like the way, the little haughtiness behind her spirit. But she was talking about, how men are effeminate, paint their nails and stuff and all that old crap, wearing bonnets and stuff like that. And she was going into, maybe they're putting shit in the food that's making them like doing something to their hormones. If that be true, don't put it past Esau Edom, and don't put it past Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right, if the Lord wants you to be a weirdo, guess what? He'll give you over to a weirdo spirit, and you'll be a guy out here looking like a woman, man. And the Lord not dealing with that. You're a reject to Yahweh Shema Shah. The Lord calls those type of actions, those type of characteristics an abomination. And we have to remember that the Lord's ways are higher than ours. So when he calls something an abomination, oh boy, you don't even want to know what that looks like to him. Just like when the Lord mentioned paradise, yeah, what we think, that's my avatar on my YouTube channel is the paradise, a little island, whatever, got a moon and galaxy and all the type of stuff. But when the Lord said paradise, man, who's to say what, what I mean? Remember, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the things that the Lord has prepared for those that love him. So whatever we think paradise is, that the basic nigga think it's a beach, a dirty ass beach that's filthy. The sand filthy, the ocean filthy. Yeah, sure. There are some places on the earth where that water look cleaner than others for sure. There's some damn near crystal clear, and there's some places where they got these what is it called? Some type of, I forgot some type of bio creatures, man, at one of these beaches where it looks like it's like lights in the water. It looked like the water is glowing. Whoa, how much more paradise in relation to the mind of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the spirit that is Yahweh, infinite in knowledge and understanding, and his son also infinite in knowledge and understanding. Other than I believe through the spirit, the only thing that Yahweh doesn't know is exactly when he's coming back, when the Father is going to give him that good go ahead to come back. And that's in the scriptures, man. Only the Father knoweth the time, So let's push, right? And myself first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and push the line. You sisters, go ahead and pray to get to your man. All right, let's go ahead and pray to complete the camps. All right, everybody that's supposed to be in the camp, let's pray for that. Let's get these brothers that's scared to come out there or not fully convicted. Let's put a fearful, brave spirit at the same time upon them. For the brothers on the other side, let's go ahead and get them across. Let's pray for these things so we can get to the next phase. That way, everybody be locked in, man. We want to be locked into this through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras. And the draft is coming because look, they're already stretched thin and they're hiding the numbers. They're losing a lot of troops already, and it ain't even really popped off yet. And come on, man, this is Babylon the Great getting involved in this crap. The Trump before his second, but when he was in term before, he was beefing with Korea. Them, yeah. How quick we forget? How quick the Lord do those labor pains and then rock y'all back to sleep if you're not watching? Yeah, Trump was beefing with everybody. Yeah, you don't remember when him and Kim Jong-un was going at it, huh? Yeah. They was going at it back and forth, same old rhetoric. So yeah, Lord willing, they're gonna end up doing a draft. You know what I mean? Especially if they attack this place. Remember, they can attack this place and it not be World War III. Any type of way. It don't have to be boots on the ground. They can do the EMP stuff. They can do the drones. They can do biohazardous stuff, and it can come over here in a plethora of ways. They could put some shit in shipping containers, man. Because Babylon need their goods. You know what I mean? They could put some stuff in there, man, and it go down and it spread out through Babylon the Great. And remember, I'm finna bring it out. Matter of fact, I'm finna bring it out. Where is it? Here we go. 2nd Esdras 5:1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number. So, hey, this is prophecy. We ain't seen nothing yet. A great number. What's a great number in relation to the Mana Yahba Shema Shai? Hell, I thought I did an epistle earlier today talking about, Chicago unaliving 5, 6, 700 every year. That's not a great number to Yahba Shema Shai, man. We talking, millions and billions of people. And in order for the Lord to do that, hey, he got to crank it up. Hey, the sword, pestilence, tempest, all these things. Yes, there'll be mudslides, tornadoes, tsunamis. It already go, and that stuff is very prominent in places like, where those other nations at, those radar scale living under the waterfall, all them people out there in the Amazon and stuff. The Lord always be sending tsunamis and stuff like that, man. To them places. But hey, it'll be a lot of that coming here to Babylon the Great too, man. You just hold what you got. Just hold what you got and wait for the Lord to do his thing, man. But again, they that which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden. Amen. Going into the famine of the word, and the land shall be barren of faith. Only faith is going to be is the ones given to the Lord's hopeful elect, and they're putting on as that right now. Okay, so it's about to be a lot of unaliving going on. Look at the cancer, man. The scriptures speak about this, man. Some of these plagues and diseases aren't actually written specifically, but the Lord said he would let these things cleave unto us, man. A lot of our people have been unalive. A lot of women, breast cancer, all different type of cancers, man, has wiped out probably millions of so-called black people. Heart disease, blood pressure, all these things, and ultimately it comes from disobeying Yahweh Bahashim Hawashah, and then he'll give you over to being wicked, give you over to eating bottom feeders, and wonder why you sick, man, and things like that. He told you not to eat it. He told you not to commit adultery. Who pity a snake charmer if you get herpes all over your face? Eve, we told you not to be a whore if you're a daughter of Zion, man. You know what I mean? We told you. Who's gonna pity you guys? Not us. You guys are all snake charmers. You're playing with Yahweh Shema Hawashai, mocking the Lord. And the Lord also say, when your fear cometh, and it's coming, that he's gonna mock you. How's he gonna do that? Hey, via his men, via his daughters, the real ones. Yeah, and that's another thing. Hey, man, I've been praying for the sisters. It's almost y'all time to shine, ladies. Pray for that. Yeah. Y'all finna shine over these clown, man. Over these clown women, man. Yeah, it's almost time. Yeah, y'all got a great reward too. Oh, you got great beauty. However, think about your body, Eve. How you be all that fake stuff. Think about how you want to look, Eve. Think about that hair. All that fake hair. Oh man, you finna get it. You finna get that real deal if you endure to the end, man. Your sisters gonna have to wait. And when your sisters come back with their wicked ass and they're reborn, their hair ain't gonna be like their hair ain't gonna be just like yours now. You know what I mean? You gonna have some glory. Yeah. That's your glory, right? Your hair. The Lord got something special for your hair, man. Watch. He didn't say that your hair was your glory. It's gonna be peculiar in the kingdom. It's peculiar now, but it be dry. We can't keep it. I mean, we just can't even keep it moisturized because this isn't our rest, man. These bodies are effed up, man. They ain't at its full strength. Our hair gonna be kinky in the kingdom, but guess what? It's gonna be manageable, man. That thing gonna be just the way you want it, man. And it's gonna be dark. It may be some brown hair, maybe some black hair. Ain't no telling. It may be some stuff that I can't even come up with my mind, man. And you know how Eve do it. Hey, and that go ahead, do your thing. Wear them jewels on your head. Wear all the accessories you want. Every day, just overdo it in the kingdom, Eve. Just overdo it. Your daughters, just overdo it 24/7. Y'all get together. You, your sister, wife, your home girl. Y'all get together and just stunt all day, every day. Oh, hey, visit these other nations and clown on them in your beauty. They'll smell your sweet savor. You know what I mean? Before they see you, be smelling so good, so pure, man. Meditate on that, Eve. That's another lesson. I need to do a lesson on that, talking about and uplifting women. So I'm gonna leave it right there through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Hawashai. It's just pretty much the point of there's rumors of wars. They're cranking up, and it don't look like things are dying down. And if we don't want things to die down, let's pray. Let's push more towards Yahweh Hashem Hawashai. And the Lord, not a man that he shall lie. He gonna do what he said he gonna do, and he gonna bring that sword. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.